How you doing, Delorean?
Are we letting them
Yes. Did you put that there?
No, Alex did.
Oh. All right, ladies, come on out. That did not take long. Oh, that did really not take long. Yep, all done. Good job, Beth. You kind of deserved that, I think.
What did he do?
He mated with Beth already. In 30 seconds flat. So, yeah, it like all the snow is gone, girls. Enjoy. So we had an issue with Delorean the other day. He was getting henpecked. Right in his comb, too. So we came into the coop the other day and saw that there was kind of blood all over the place. Well, actually, at first we thought perhaps one of the chickens had just laid a really nasty egg, and then we saw that it was not just on the egg that we were pulling out. And realized that they had been pecking at Delorean. And he is a pretty calm rooster, as far as roosters go, and was not putting up too much of a fight against them. So I actually took him out, gave him kind of a bath, which is really just running warm water over his back and neck. And that went surprisingly well. I mean, he was reasonably calm as long as the water was not on the wound directly. And when I tried to wash out the comb, he reacted by kind of flapping up and spraying blood everywhere. But we got as much of it off as we could. He's looking better. The discoloration on his comb is intentional. Buddy, stand still. I'm trying to get you in the video here. Today's all about you. So we found a couple of things at the local farm store. There is, I think it's Vetricin. Might have that wrong. It's an antiseptic and promotes clotting. No, I'm all set. And then there's something called Blu-Kote, which is also an antiseptic and changes the color of his comb with a very powerful dye. And makes it less bright red. So it should hopefully be less appealing to the ladies. Funny story, we went to a chicken husbandry lecture today. Even though we're raising chickens, we figure there's always more to learn. And came across came across Delorean's previous owners. So they were going on and on about how he was such a gentle and docile chicken, or rooster rather. Which is absolutely true. I don't know too many other people who would bother to bring a rooster in for a bath and not get completely mauled. But we asked him if he had any trouble with Delorean getting henpecked, and they were like, no, not really. So, I don't know. I think, Beth, you're on the watch list, Beth. You were one of the meaner ones. But I think we have to make sure that they have extra protein. Extra protein and more space. And more entertainment. So, you chickens don't even know it yet. But there's more stuff for you when you return inside. We now have a chicken swing. Nobody tell my wife it's crooked. And we've got some cabbage hanging in a bag. They have the chickens and the weather. The wetness lately has certainly done a number on this. I kind of wish this were a little more portable because I would love to move this and then replant this with clover. But I don't think that's going to be feasible. So Delorean has spent the past couple nights in the second coop with his own food dish and water dish, and thankfully it has not frozen. It hasn't been freezing temperatures because we don't have a second water heater. And he seems to be being his usual self again. As mentioned at the start of the video, it only took him 30 seconds to get Beth back. Caroline, what spooked you? Caroline's looking much better than she did a few months back. A month or two, maybe? She must have been molting. At the time, I thought she was getting picked on because it seemed too late in the season for a molt. Like, who bothers to molt in winter? But, yeah, everything's growing back nicely. If that sound is getting picked up, it is simply my youngest son hitting some snow with a stick. Maeve, you finding anything good? Oh, I bet you girls are finding worms today. You know, girls, if you want, some of the clover part has dried out. Probably not clover that they're interested in right now. It's probably worms and bugs and ticks and who knows what else. When we were spraying Delorean with the Blu-Kote, I actually got some on my hands. Had to quickly look up how to get it off, because boy, does that stuff stain. The trick is apparently rubbing alcohol. You got to use rubbing alcohol with a cotton ball to scrub at it and then rinse it off. And from what I found online, you've got about 10 minutes to do that before it is set in skin. And to be honest, I'm a little tempted to spray the rest of his comb with it. Because I feel like he does not stick up for himself. He's too sweet of a rooster. And is not showing the hens who's boss. Are you interested in the clover? Because the spot down by the shed has much more clover. Yeah, do we all want some fresh greens? Come on, chickens. It's wet, so I'm going to go slow. It's slippery. And one of you is going to walk right in front of me. Come on, fresh clover this way. Yeah, hi. Yep. Yep. You don't have to walk in the snow if you don't want to, but you want to get over here eventually. You can walk around the snow. Yeah, you remember all the clover grows down here. Yeah, come on. I think we are probably going to stay out here a good long while today. Tomorrow we're getting another 6 to 10 inches of snow, and this is all going to be buried again. Maybe I should have waited on putting that cabbage in. Kind of a funny thing, once he got separated and got his wound treated, he was pretty upset about not being in the same run as all the hens. He wanted to be back with them, even though one of them had been picking on him. At least one of them. Amelia, you look... Well, you're not entirely cleaned off. There's blood on your chest. I think in between the time that he had been getting picked on and the time we removed him, he had mated with Amelia, because she had been all bloody on the back. And you can still see it on her chest. So I don't think any of that is hers. I think it's all Delorean's. And he was not going to be fazed by the fact that he was bleeding to stop himself from mating with the hens. Rooster's gonna rooster. Yeah, the chicken husbandry lecture. They were kind of proud and pleased with Delorean, saying he had won the rooster lottery, or the chicken lottery. Because we adopted him from a family that had him and his dad. And two roosters do not get along too well. And he ended up here with his own flock of 7 hens. And honestly, in the spring, we'll probably get a couple more. Are you going to go for her? I know she's one of your favorites. Yeah, you really like the eggers. I think our cherry tree is doing pretty well. Our apple trees probably want the soil to be a little bit better drained. Finally beat the beavers. The beavers were trapped. Found 2 adult beavers in the lodge or dam or trap or wherever. And the water level is still pretty high, but except for a couple really heavy rains, it's been staying out of our yard.